بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is alishanmao here. In this video we are going to take a look at this LeFly FP8 4-channel, not a fixed pitch but a collective pitch little mini RC helicopter. This is one of the new products from Hobby Wow, and it's their own products according to them. First thing first, outside the box you will actually get accessories pack, okay, where you have a battery charger, a spare blades, main rotor blades, and some of the screws, one tail rotor blade, and hex and a screwdriver. Okay, then you have a 4-channel radio system, which is FHSS 2.4 GHz little radio system with a elevator, aileron, rudder, dual rate switchable, so that you can switch the dual rates and make the helicopter docile or make the helicopter a little agile. And finally we have the LeFly FP8 mini collective pitch helicopter. It's a 4-channel helicopter, but it's for the first time for me to see that a 4-channel helicopter using a CCPM system. CCPM stands for cyclic collective pitch mixing. This means your rotors, as you increase the throttle, your main rotors will actually change their angle of attack. The more the throttle, the more the angle of attack, and less the throttle, they will become horizontal. Okay. In general, collective pitch or CCPM systems are very good to fly in wind, so they are more wind resistance because the blades will change their pitch and give you much more wind resistance, much more better flight performance during windy days. Now, one thing, of course, that is a question in everybody's mind: why this helicopter is not a 3D helicopter? Because collective pitch mix, CCPM collective pitch mixing is that you can have positive and negative pitch. So when in positive pitch your helicopter goes up, when negative pitch your helicopter goes down, and if you're flying inverted, negative pitch will help helicopter to hover inverted or go up or do more stunts. Well, I'm not sure why these people did not offer a 3D helicopter, because 3D stunt helicopters are much more difficult to fly for people, and they are much more difficult to learn to do stunts. So I think their main purpose or their main aim to release a 4-channel collective pitch mixing helicopter is to give beginners something more wind resistant, something more stable and more in control for them to learn to fly RC helicopters. So I believe this little 4-channel collective pitch mixing helicopter makes a very good tool for those who don't want to spend more money but want to start flying RC helicopter, or want to learn to fly helicopters, or just want to have fun flying a mini helicopter indoors or outdoors. Of course outdoors, because of CCPM collective pitch mixing, you will have much better performance outdoors compared to the fixed pitch helicopters which use only propellers, main rotors, which have a fixed pitch, and more speed higher they go, less speed lower they go. Those helicopters are not wind resistant. A CCPM or collective pitch mixing helicopter system here is more wind resistant. So basically I would say LeFly FP8 will make a very good entry helicopter for you to learn to fly helicopters, or just to have fun before you actually go and invest in more expensive models or 3D models. I do have more 3D mini helicopter models coming, which are using the same CCPM mechanism or collective pitch mixing systems, and they can actually do aerobatics. So we will be doing reviews for those, and those could be a step up of this helicopter. After you have learned to fly this helicopter, after you have learned to control a helicopter with collective pitch mixing, you have built up your orientation, you can move on to the helicopters which support the 3D stunts. And the last thing that I wanted to speak about this helicopter is these are mini helicopters. They are very crash resistant, and even if they break, the parts are really cheap. Normally they don't break that easily, even hitting the walls when flying indoors. But if they do break, you have the parts very cheap available, and they are not gonna dig a hole in your pockets to repair these kind of helicopters. So if you want to learn to fly helicopters, 4-channel or 6-channel or 3D helicopters, go ahead, buy something like these and learn to fly. Once you build your orientation, you can move on to the bigger helicopters. Enough said. Now talking about the quality, let me bring the camera closer and give you a closer look, and then we will go ahead and fly and see how this baby flies. Okay, here we are closer to this helicopter. Now you can take a look at the swash plate. Material wise, I would say, because it's a cheap helicopter for you to buy, have fun, learn to fly, so do not expect much material quality. However, this is more than enough, that I would say, for its price. This is a beautiful, neat little helicopter using a collective pitch mixing system, okay, cyclic collective pitch mixing, CCPM, and it uses those drill type servos that actually operate on a motor right there. So the motor will move some gears, and then it will move the connecting rods up and down in order to control your collective pitch or cyclic pitch mixing. There are altogether 3 servos to control 3 different angles on the cyclic system here, and they will alter the angle of attack of your helicopter to let it move in different directions according to your control. The tail rotor is motor driven. Okay, if my camera focuses here, right there. So tail rotor is motor driven, you can see, and this means how hard your helicopter holds its attitude, his heading on your on its head or tail hold. That depends on the gyro system or flight controller system inside. Let me take the canopy off and look inside this helicopter's heart. Okay, there you are. So this is a little flight controller sitting right here, okay, and this is the heart of this helicopter. It will decide and control your tail hold and heading hold, and how hard the helicopter stops after the yaw and everything. So basically, I would say this is a very neat system. So far I have flown it once, and it actually flies really good. Once again, remember, though it's a CCPM collective pitch mixing, but it's not gonna do aerobatics, okay, because this radio does not provide you a throttle hold. Throttle hold means that system is actually in 3D helicopters, not here, but let me explain. Throttle hold will make your motor spin at a certain highest RPM, while your throttle stick back there will change the angle of attack of your main rotors from positive to negative, so that you can do the stunts. But this helicopter does not have that. This helicopter simply has positive attack so far, so that you can climb and descend, possibly a little bit of negative attack to descend, but not much. So don't do aerobatics on this helicopter. This little baby is for you to learn to fly and build up your orientation and have fun, and after that you can move on to 3D helicopters. Now let's stop talking and let's start flying this one. Alright, my skills are not very good, but we try it. I'm flying in dual rates on, so you can see, if you can see my radio, I will have to move the sticks a lot in order to let helicopter move around. But if I switch off the dual rates, it's much more agile. I'm flying in dual rates on, so you can see, if you can see my radio, I have to move the sticks a lot in order to let helicopter move around. But if I switch off the dual rates, it's much more agile. Basically, blades are very much balanced, I would say, and if you set trims, it's really nice to fly around and easy to control. The tail hold or gyro hold is simply nice. here we have a crash. But as I said, these are crash resistant helicopters, so you don't have to worry much about the crashes. All you have to worry about is how to improve your orientation when flying, that is nose in. Nose in is the most difficult on 4-channel helicopters, not speaking about the 6-channel. So I would say forward flight, backward flight, for you to practice your orientation is simply a breeze on this one. Oh, my skills are still alive. I wish I could do 3D. Actually, I was practicing on real flight G7 and I had lots of good skills, and I found my skills are still alive. If you remember, I used to fly 3D helicopters. And you can see if you wrote or yaw the turbo movement this way, I am actually able to control it. It's really a nice, stable helicopter, I would say. Flying it around is simply a breeze, and I think outdoors is going to do much better performance in the winds too. Alright, here we go. Can we go through this stairs? Mommy needs to get closer, okay? Irish careful, helicopter coming, okay? And we go from here nicely, an Irish duck. So basically my skills are still alive and good. You can fly it around real nice and do some stunts. Let's go under the table. Irish, watch your legs, okay? It's coming under the table. Alright. You cannot, helicopter cannot touch you, right? Okay, let's go under the chair. How about it? Irish, careful, helicopter coming, okay? And we go from here nicely, and Irish ducked. So basically my skills are still alive and good. I can fly it around real nice and do some stunts. Let's go under the table. Irish, watch your legs, okay? It's coming under the table. Run! Here we go. There's very little space for me here, but I can do it with ease. Yeah, baby! There's very little space for me here, but I can do it with ease. Yeah, baby! Okay, so the crash testing means we're going to run it into a wall. Irish, watch. Uh-oh, it will leave marks on my wall, but hey, here we go. Alright, it did leave a mark on the wall, but that was a good crash testing. You can see helicopter is still flying.
Baba, come here, okay?
Okay, Baba will not come here. This is not bad, actually I'm doing it. This is a simply pleasure to fly helicopter. Real nice. So for conclusion, I would say LeFly FP8 is a very cheap, affordable helicopter, and basically it's a very good helicopter to fly around, to have fun, and to learn to fly 4-channel helicopters, to tune up, to polish your orientation with 4-channel helicopters before you step up to 3D or 6-channel helicopters. So I would say LeFly, whatever company it is, that is a neat addition in mini helicopter series, and we hope to see a 3D model of this one very, very soon. Alright, so we have more 3D helicopter models coming because I thought that you know, we have to do some change from the quadcopter series. So here is the helicopter LeFly FP8 for beginners, and we will be soon reviewing the 6-channel helicopters, indoor or outdoor mini stunt helicopters. Stay tuned.